guys, it's Sav here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I make a very popular Korean dish called japchae. And japchae is a stir-fried glass noodle dish, and it contains lots of vegetables like mushrooms, blanched spinach, carrots, whatever you like. There are many different variations. So keep watching and I'll show you guys how to make my oh so very flavorful version of the Korean dish japchae. So here are some of the items that you're going to need today. I have here half of an onion that I've already sliced. You will also need 3 green onions that I've cut about 1.5 inches wide. And then I have here 2 carrots that I've peeled and cut them into kind of matchstick sizes. And you will also need half of a red bell pepper. I have here 6 ounces of rehydrated shiitake mushrooms, 1 whole bunch of fresh spinach. I went ahead and cleaned them really well, and I'm going to blanch these and then I'll show you what to do with them later. You'll need a 12-ounce package of Korean style starch noodle. Now, depending on your packaging, they're all different brands. Just follow the directions on yours and then set your noodles aside. Finally, I have here 12 ounces of tri-tip. I've seasoned it with 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, 2 teaspoons of black soy sauce, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and also a pinch of salt. In my small mixing bowl here, I have 3 large eggs. I'm going to add a nice pinch of salt and also a little bit of black pepper. I'm going to use my fork and give this all a little whisk and set this aside. So I have here in a large mixing bowl my noodles that I pre-cooked. I followed the directions on the packaging, and then I added a light coating of sesame oil after I drained my noodles in the colander, mixed it all up nice and well. And then for the spinach, I blanched them in some really hot boiling water. I drained it, and then I got in there with my hands once it's cooled down a little bit, and I started to squeeze out any excess water, and then I placed it into my large mixing bowl along with my noodles. Next, into a hot skillet, I'm adding in some extra virgin olive oil. And now I'm going to go ahead and add in my lightly beaten eggs that I had set aside. After a minute or so, you can tell when it's almost ready to flip. You want to just go ahead and get in there with your flat spatula and give it a nice little wiggle and flip that bad boy over. I'm going to give this another minute or so, and when it's done, I'm going to remove the eggs from the skillet, set it aside, and we're going to slice it up later for some garnish. Into the same skillet, I'm going to add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil, and then I'm going to toss in my carrots. And I'm going to cook this all on a medium-high heat until my carrots are almost nice and softened. Now I'm going to add in my sliced red bell pepper, a pinch of salt. I'm going to stir this all once more. And after about 2 to 3 minutes or so, depending on how soft you want your red bell pepper, you want to go ahead and start adding in your onions, your white onions and your green onions. Also add a little oil as needed. Now I'm not going to cook my onions too long. I like a little bite to them, so I'm going to let them go for just about a minute or so, or just until slightly softened. When your veggies are done, go ahead and place them in your large mixing bowl along with your blanched spinach and your cooked noodles. Again, into the same skillet, I added some oil. Then I'm going to add in 3 cloves of chopped garlic. I'm going to cook this just until fragrant, and then I'm going to go ahead and add in my marinated beef. I'm going to stir fry my beef for about a minute or two. Once it's gotten a little bit of color to them, I'm going to go ahead and throw in my shiitake mushrooms. Now these are rehydrated shiitake mushrooms. They came dried and I soaked them in some really hot water for a little bit so that they softened. So these don't take that long to cook. After about 2 minutes or so, when it's done to your liking, I'm going to place this into my large mixing bowl. So here's how I make my sauce. I have in my bowl 1 tablespoon of a regular soy sauce, 2.5 tablespoons of dark soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce, and last, 1/2 tablespoon of sugar. You're going to mix all this up, place a piece of saran wrap on your little bowl, and place it into the microwave for about a minute. And the reason why you do this is just to dissolve the sugar. So my sauce is out of the microwave. I'm going to give this all one final stir to make sure that the sugar has completely melted and dissolved. And now all that's left is just to pour it all over your noodles. Now I know it looks salty. I promise you it's not. But if you want, you can go ahead just to be safe. You can pour in half at first and you can just pour in more as needed later. Hand mixing with gloves is really the best way to go for this. I like my noodles to look dark. That's why I added a couple of different soy sauces and oyster sauce. You know, I just cannot make my noodles without oyster sauce, but this is just how I make it, and you guys are going to love it. And you can taste check as you go along as well. And I'm going to add in a little bit more extra sesame oil. It looks like a lot, but I actually ran out, and it's really by taste. And finally, you want to go ahead and add in your sesame seeds. Oops, can't forget about our egg from earlier. Just roll it up, take your knife, run it through to make your slices, and now they are ready for garnish. So now I'm going to add a little bit of sriracha. Gotta have sriracha when I have my noodles. There's just no way. I'm salivating. Can't wait to eat this. I have some blanched spinach and let's see, some beef. Let's grab a little bit of egg too. Feeling kind of crazy. Mmm. Mmm. Wow. You can taste everything in this. Your sesame oil, get a little bit of texture and crunch from your sesame seeds. So good. Some mushroom. I hope you guys enjoyed this really quick video. Thanks for watching. Bye.